Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So glad to have you here this week. This is going to be an awesome week all about one of my favorite oils, peppermint. All about it. Okay, before that, if you are enjoying learning about essential oils, if you want to keep learning more, hit that subscribe button on this channel, hit that like button, share this video with everyone. This is going to be all of my tips and tricks for what I do with peppermint. Okay, so this is one of the oils that comes in the premium starter kit, and it is so amazing because it has so much possibility to it. I actually used this earlier today under my armpits. Oof, it was a little stinky. I think it was because I had been sleeping with baby girl, and when I do that, the two of us, we just get close and we cuddle and we're like connected, but then there's sweating and some BO and it's gross and so threw a couple drops right underneath my armpits. It's a little tingly, a little bit sensitive, but it also smells amazing, and it gets rid of the odor. And I'm like, great, now I can keep going and having my day. So I always carry peppermint for that reason specifically first, but then for a couple of other reasons. Okay, here are some of the other reasons. One, peppermint has been helping with my morning sickness like nobody's business. I have had so much morning sickness this time around. It has been not fun while trying to care for a 6-month-old. I have been so nauseous, and so sometimes I will just take the peppermint and just breathe it in. I don't know if you guys have ever heard, but a lot of people sometimes say drinking peppermint tea will help soothe a tummy. Same feeling when you just breathe in beautiful, pure peppermint. It is amazing. Sometimes what I will do is a scent tent, where I put a drop or two in my hand like this, and just breathe that in. I also love to use peppermint for sinuses and headaches. I have just gone through having a mild runny nose, sore throat, and cold due to my daughter picking it up from some other kid at the playground, and we were both all stuffy and runny nose for the last week or two. It has not been fun. And so I would just breathe in peppermint. I have had both of us sitting under diffusers with peppermint, lavender, and lemon going strong and hard. And a couple of other blends, but mostly those three things. And when you have pressure all around your head, like sometimes it's from pregnancy, sometimes it's from something else. But I get all along here and all along the back. I will just sit and breathe it in, and there's so much relief. If anything, what it does is it goes into my nostrils and it kind of breaks up the mucus, which is so nice, because sometimes that's where my headaches come from, is there's just a lot of mucus and it's blocked up and it just doesn't feel good. Something else that I will do with peppermint is I will actually put a couple drops on like the back of my neck right here, because for a couple of reasons. One, peppermint is a very cooling oil. You will put it on your skin and immediately feel a reaction. They like to call it a hot oil, but it comes out really cool. So like when I was in Palm Springs for a weekend, that's a desert out here in California, it was 120 degrees out, so incredibly hot. I was actually putting peppermint all across my shoulders, and then under my arms as well for BO, and it just there was just a cooling sensation that covered my body, which felt amazing. And then when I would step into a shop with air conditioning, my whole body would cool down, and I'd step outside and it would feel great. And peppermint is awesome. So it does so many things, because not only does it just kind of help with head congestion, it helps with your body temperature regulate, because it's cooling. If I was to get a fever, or if my daughter had a fever, and what I've told some other friends is we put it on the bottom of our feet, because the bottom of your foot is the hardest skin in your entire body, which means that whatever oil you put on, if it's a hot or a spicy oil, which sometimes if you put on your underarm, you'll get like red bumps because your skin is a little irritated because it's such a strong oil. That's what you put on the bottom of your feet, because you have rough, crusty, hard skin down there, and then the oils can soak in. But this will help naturally cool your body down. Like I was just saying, it cooled me down while I was in Palm Springs. As always, always talk to a doctor if there is medical stuff going on. I am not a medical professional whatsoever. I am not saying these will cure you of anything. What I am saying is that this is amazing natural support that you can go and grab from inside your cabinets at any time. It's kind of like drinking chamomile tea to help you fall asleep at night. Not a medical professional. I doubt any medical professional will ever, prescribe you chamomile tea. Doesn't change the fact that sometimes chamomile tea will help calm your body down at night. Same thing with my oils. They have natural goodness in them, and they will naturally support your body in so many different ways. Okay, so we covered anything head related. We covered cooling sensation. We covered just the scent tint. Another thing I love about peppermint, which I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but well, not tried this, but after a meal, a lot of times, especially at fancier restaurants, they will give you a mint. Well, think about it. Bad coffee breath. I get it all the time. Put a drop of peppermint underneath your tongue. And it will act as a mint. It will also help if you're feeling nauseous. Once again, this is a very, 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 very strong oil. I would only suggest this for people who can handle the spiciness of it. It's not spicy like a pepper, but if you've ever tasted or smelled pure peppermint, it is just so strong. My mom actually told me this story. I thought it was so great. She was at a tea factory in Colorado, the Celestial Tea Factory. They had this room just peppermint. It is double padded all the way around because it is pure peppermint, and they have to rotate it through every single day, every 24 hours, because the peppermint is so strong that it will still get outside of the room, and you can only stand in that room for about 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes, I'm sorry, 30 seconds before your body is just, you have tears coming out of your eyes, you're having a hard time breathing because the peppermint is so strong and it is so pure and it's so concentrated in that space because they're making it for tea, different teas that they have, that it's a really, really hard smell to move on from. So you have to leave that room, and they have it concentrated in that room, and they have that room double barriered and protected. Same idea. If you put this peppermint, just a tiny little drop underneath your tongue, it will totally refresh your mouth. It'll smell amazing, but it will also be very strong. You will feel that throughout your body. Once again, Young Living is the only company of essential oils that I would ever say to ingest, because they have gone through the effort to work with the FDA, following all the guidelines, and they have an entirely separate line of oils. They're called the Vitality oils. That line is approved by the FDA. It has followed all the recommendations, all the stipulations, everything. And they had to do an entirely separate line because according to the FDA, you can only have 2 ways to use an essential oil. So this is topically or in the air, versus that line which is in the air and internally as well. So that is why I would suggest Young Living essential oils to intake internally. If you have a peppermint from any other company, I would not suggest it. Just look to see if there's an expiration date on it. There shouldn't be one. That usually means there's something else in there, like a coconut oil or a filler oil or something like that. They also might have different natural flavorings to get a smell across, or they might dilute them excessively so that they can sell them cheaper and get them move them farther. So I'll do a whole video explaining why purity is so important and researching companies and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work. It's very hard, but that I have done it, and Young Living is my favorite, and peppermint internally is amazing. So yeah, those would be some of my suggestions on how to use peppermint. I would love, 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 love to hear if you have any ideas or ways that you've used it. Comment below. Let me know. Let me know if you're interested in trying one of these ways. They're super fun, and it's so great. It's so worth it. I'm so glad you guys were here this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, if you want to follow along, like it, subscribe to my link. Sorry about the kids that are running around outside. But come back. I'll be here next week, and I'm going to keep sharing with you different oils and how I use them here in my home with my family.